Welcome! E aí, galera, beleza? Bem-vindo à nossa comunidade.
Welcome to our community.
Hey, what's going on, guys? It is OGC here. Today we have a new video for you guys. This is going to be Clash of Fate. So this is our third match in this season. And we are going up against a team from 1256, I think. And this team is, they have the silver borders, so they place really high in the Clash of Fate championships. So we're going in, we do have numbers advantage right now, so I think what we're going to do is just try and get as many fights as we can. They have a human player there, Lich. I'd prefer not to fight the Lich person. They have another human, another Lich. Ooh, okay, Sylph, and this guy right here is Lich. So preferably anybody here besides that bottom left Lich player would love to fight. So one of the big takeaways from Clash of Fate is you want at least equal numbers have a decent chance in order to fight and or win. So that being said, we have a significant advantage of 7 people. I look at how hard I've been working for my honor, and yeah, it's pretty insane. So this was the wrong person for me to fight. Oh my gosh, what was I thinking? So this guy has 2900 K core, and they are Sylph. Mistakes were made, ladies and gentlemen. Mistakes were made. Alright, well, let's go give this our best shot. So normally I would try out spears, but I think this guy's trees are just so strong that it's not really going to matter too much. But for the sake of trying out spears, hashtag YOLO, let's try out the spears. Whew. I am nervous. Because our spears are probably just going to straight up get destroyed within like 2 seconds. And if this person has maxed out trees, there's nothing we're going to be able to do against them. Alright, so we won stamina in command. I'm actually really happy with that. Alright, so alright, so far we're actually doing a decent amount. Oh no, we're dropping a little bit. We're dropping a little bit. We need to take down that tree. Alright, actually, you know what? We're not doing bad. We're not doing bad. I'm actually shocked. 290k core with trees as Sylph. Oh my god! What is going on? What is going on right now, guys? Okay, I guess the spears worked. What? I didn't think I was going to win that by a long shot. Oh. Alright guys, so that's the power of the OGC fam right there, and Zen Spears. I don't understand what just happened. We just went up against somebody with over 700 more K core than us. I'm at like barely 2200. And we won. So that's pretty unreal. Hey guys, so we ended up winning this Clash of Fate. Earlier you saw me go up against a 2900k Sylph player. Somehow my spears held up. However, they only had 10 people on their Clash team, so I'm glad that they stuck around and they decided to fight with us. You know, who doesn't like to fight in a war game? I mean, that's kind of the point. So a lot of the time for the Clash was spent trying to find somebody to fight. So I decided, hey, let's just look at some of the top PvPs. So we have a lot from Mr. Toby, but before we jump into Mr. Toby's, let's look at some other ones. The first one that we have, guys, this is Curry, and Curry is going up against another Sylph. So for these replays, I'm not going to go super in depth, unless there's something that really stands out, then we'll go and check it out. Like, for example, the enemy's Denji did insane damage, so let's just take a peek on the gear, and he does have the Clash of Fate gear set, and the Bloodmoon on it, actually. So let's jump in, let's see how this fight goes. We have Curry on the left-hand side, and we have 4 Chinese symbol, double star enemy player on the right-hand side. And so far, it looks like a pretty good solid side on both sides. The enemy's archers just don't seem to be doing very much damage. You can see the Denji. Denji is going ham on the top section. Denji went pretty hard. But Kari broke through in the middle, and he's getting back onto some of those archers. His Belrog is actually setting up another pack of archers along with Gan, which then cuts down 4 Chinese symbols double star, their damage quite a bit. Curry also has some shrooms that are getting powered up, and they are just sweeping through that top side. And this bottom side, I mean, it's a matter of time until everything is taken out. And then Belrog will go down and the battle is over. Gotta have the Ice Mocha. It is not Clash of Fate without the Ice Mocha. So good fight to Mr. Curry. Mr. Curry won. We also have a ton of fights from Toby, but I'm going to save those towards the end. Next, guys, we have the legendary Chan. And the legendary Chan is using 5 Rockin' packs. She's actually using the Zen Swordsman, which these ones are the life-stealing ones. And also she has a pack of Zen Monks. So let's see how all this holds up against a Sylph player with Noble Blood and Blessed Warsong. Actually, this dragon is pretty awesome looking from the enemy. So Chan goes out. She starts off with a Void, ties up so many of the enemy archers. And it looks like the swordsmen are actually doing an amazing job at tanking up, which is to be expected from the Rockin' Swords. And she's actually doing a lot of damage to the tree on the top line. She pretty much has everything in the top down except for that tree. The tree is now down. She's going to move to the dragon. As soon as that dragon drops, that's just going to open up a world of pain for the Sylph player. Of course, nobody can stop Chan. I don't think she's lost in at least 2 years, not even a single fight. When she does Dragon Raise, she gets 25 chests. That's what Chan does. When Chan goes into the void just gives her all of the perfects. Why? Because she is that strong. That last nerf that came out in patch notes, that was directly because Chan was so strong that they had to nerf the entire game just to try and balance her, but it didn't work because she went rocking and now it's way too overpowered. So Chan came out, she came out swinging and she won. Alright, so let's check out the next fight. Okay, so this next fight is actually me. And I go up against another human player. We both started off with our power sides against each other. I got the Cleo hold down. I got moral boost. They initially got the moral boost, but ours was the one that really mattered. It let us push forwards. The bottom is just stalling out is completely fine, but we got pretty deep inside of them. And as soon as their archers start dropping, I mean, it's pretty much over. Now their whole power side's wiped. We're swinging around. We're gonna take out their bottom side. No big deal here. It's actually a pretty interesting fight. I think the only ones I saved were from people with higher core power than me. So I forget if this guy was 2400 or what they were. But now if we go into the next one, we have OGC again going up against a Sylph. I'm sorry, going up against a Lich. So this guy's actually using Zen Scorpions. And he also has spiders. I don't know what my level 15 spiders look like, but these spiders have some crazy attack. Crazy attack. And he does have a pack of silver scorpions. As you can see, my dire archers with their rend winning might so strong. I don't know if they didn't Cleo hold me. I forget. I did use one pack of spearmen, and I regretted it. So the spearmen are actually right in front of my jacks, and they end up pretty much having a moral collapse, and they all run away pretty fast in the fight. Got me pretty nervous, but not nervous enough. So we just end up with this weird pocket in the middle. Luckily, between our Jax and our Denji, we're able to take down as much as possible. This whole bottom side, by the way, is just completely stalled. They have spiders in the back. They have tons of spiderlings. And right now, we're just trying to clear out all of the scorpions. That way we can make it back. And then we finally clear out most of the scorpions. So now we can slowly take out their top side. We did take out their jacks, so that's a very good thing. And it looks like now, okay, we're swinging down on this bottom side. We still have plenty alive, and our Tierden surprisingly is very safe. So if you guys ever do fight Lich, you gotta place your Tierden out there. And you want to keep your Tierden protected so that she can deal damage for as long as possible. Not only dealing damage, but she also reduces the accuracy and everything for skeleton units. Super important hero versus anything to do with Lich. Even if they go as scorpions and spiders, she does a lot of damage to the little spiderlings. Next, we're going to check out Mr. Chip. So it looks like Mr. Chip just won in might against this player, and this player is pretty strong. Look, they have some crazy trees, but Mr. Chip does too. You can't mess with Mr. Chip. So let's jump in and see how this one played out. Mr. Chip's on the bottom. It looks like he has 3 packs of Huntresses, a few trees, and a few packs of archers. And his archers just absolutely dominated that top portion. He's able to move up. His Rufio, guys, when it comes to Rufio plays, Chip's Rufio is amazing to watch. So his Rufio jumped in deep, did back-to-back whirlwinds, and pretty much took out all of the enemy's archers on the top section. Really fun to watch because he is so skillful at Rufio, pretty much all aspects of the game. It's unreal, but his Rufio is just really entertaining to watch. There's so many small, finer details to this that anybody can appreciate. So I just want to take a peek at his Rufio. The last time I showed Mr. Chip, the comment sections blew up. People wanted to know how the Rufio build was. So if we look at it, it looks like he is going for some serious damage. He has Leo's Pride on it. He actually has max out Bladestorm. Wow. Okay, alright, so that explains why he's doing the Bladestorm. He has 2 in Chopping Blade, 7 in Intimidating Shout, 7 in Fearless, so he can do some insane damage to big creatures, and 5 out of 5 Deep Impact. Very interesting. When I look through these players, or not these players that I respect and look up to and look at the different Rufio setups, they're all different. But Chip with the Whirlwind on it, it takes me back to Diablo 2. Mr. Chip seems like he would be one of those PvP barbarians that like you just don't want to go up against, because if his whirlwind even remotely touches you, you're just dead. All right, so for this one, this is Chip going up against a Lich. I fought this Lich person too, and I got my butt kicked. I didn't even save the replay. But Mr. Chip did send me this one. So the enemy's Rufio went in mad deep, and I miss what happened with Chip's Rufio. But the enemy Rufio went in very deep, almost took out Chip's dragon. So you guys can actually set up Rufio to pretty much one-shot enemy dragons, or maybe two-shot them. Because there's so many damage multipliers through things such as the Fearsome Aura, where you can get like 3 times the amount of damage to massive units. If you put on the Gladiator set, which is another 300% damage to massive and large units, you can just stack up so much. And if Rufio jumps in and gets a crit, it's gone, or pretty much gone. So the enemy had some really strong warlocks, and the warlocks ended up bringing down the trees. So good fight all around. That Lich player though, I went up against him and I got absolutely crushed. And finally, we have Mr. Chip with no dragon, with a silver turtle, a silver tree, a silver pack of archers, and he's going up against a human player. I mean, the human player doesn't have. It looks like they're a research dragon. It's definitely a research dragon, but it does have blessed magic predation. So let's check this one out. It looks like Mr. Chip won in might and magic. And the human player actually used a lot of spears. So the initial burst from the spears didn't really do a ton. But the spears are just melting. They are just melting. Chip went in with his Rufio. His Rufio didn't survive as well that time. I don't think Chip has any damage mitigation on his Rufio. He's full aggressive. He is full on aggressive. The thing is, if his Rufio gets in and he gets going with Whirlwind or anything, unstoppable. Like, ridiculous damage, along with a little bit of life heal as well. I don't know. I would not want that Rufio in my back line. So thank you, Mr. Chip, for the replays. Next, we have Mr. Trapcorn. So Mr. Trapcorn is going up against a Sylph player. In Mr. Trapcorn only won in Magic and Command. So let's see how this played out. He also has 2 packs of spears in there, 3 packs of spears, my bad, and a couple packs of swords. I think I only saw 1 archer. So by the time the enemy did the Cleo, all of that burst damage was already down. Trapcorn went in deep with his Rufio. He did some really big damage with his Rufio. Then the spears just run in right afterwards and clean everything up. On the bottom side, which I would have thought was a Saul side, is pretty much kill side, because Trapcorn just wiped out everything down there. Absolutely amazing fight from Trapcorn. Super strong. Just overwhelming amounts of strong spears right at the beginning. So, okay, it looks like Trapcorn used 2 packs of spears, 2 packs of swords, 2 archers, and a turtle. And alright guys, so let's jump in and check out some of Mr. Toby's replays. Mr. Toby sent me a bunch. So this first one is going up against a Lich player that's running skeletons. The Lich player does have 2 packs of silver skeletons, and if we check out stats, Mr. Toby only won with might. Which I'm sure that the Lich player was thrilled that he only won in might. And it looks like he just has so many skeletons going up against Toby. Toby went in deep with his Rufio. Holy crap. His Rufio just took out all of the Warlocks. Forget Clash of Fate. Let's look at Clash of Rufio. Holy crap. Do you guys see that? I just want to do that once more. Once more. Sorry. Watch these 2 packs of Warlocks right here. I know there's a lot of other things going on, but just watch this. Rufio goes in. His heroic leap. Gone. 2 full gold packs. Gone. Instantly erased from Rufio. I don't know why it's so funny, but it's hilarious. Rufio is, oh my gosh, sleeper OP. I need to do a new hero spotlight on Rufio. But luckily, you guys don't need to take it from me. Let's just go. Let's just go look at Toby's Rufio real quick. That way we can get some different perspectives. So his is a little similar to Chip's. He still has the Leo's Pride, so they might be on something with the Leo's Pride. And he also has the crit earrings, and he has damage mitigation. If we look under the abilities, he skips the Whirlwind, which is actually called Blade Storm, but I keep calling it Whirlwind because it reminds me of the Barbarians from Diablo 2. It's so iconic. So instead, this is what Toby did. He has Deep Impact maxed out. Then he has Chopping Blade maxed out. So after you do a Deep Impact, Rufio immediately does a Chopping Blade. So that's how come Toby was able to get that massive amount of bursts from the Deep Impact. His Rufio just lands and bam, does he pretty much lands and then does another AoE. Time that with Leo's Pride, and you're talking some significant area of effect damage. So amazing fight from Toby, and Toby said that he's moving the chat up to top for potential replays with painting his nails. No big deal. All right, so this next one, this looks like the Lich player that was pretty strong from the enemy. I didn't check stats, but let's see how Mr. Toby does against this person. So he almost killed off the Virion right away for a really good moral boost. He does eventually get that enemy frontline tank hero. And Toby does have a bunch of spears. He's doing far better than I ever could have. His Rufio also went in. These Rufio plays, by the way, pretty soon this game's going to go back to a full melee meta simply because of Rufio, Warwicks, Gan, Cleo. Like, it's so hard to keep your backline alive when you have people like Chip or Toby jumping in with their Rufios, just messing everything up. I think the big difference between the two is Toby goes for that huge burst from jumping in with Rufio versus Chip getting a lot more damage out over time with his Rufio. But Chip has Whirlwind, so once his Rufio is in the back and once his Rufio gets going, Chip's Whirlwind is unreal. Alright, so for the next fight, we have Mr. Toby going up against a Sylph player, and he actually brought out the Dire Templars. Interesting to see this setup. So Toby won in Might and Magic, although really it's all about the Might. So when we look into this, on this bottom side, that he can actually kill off that tree really fast because of the Zen Templars, and his Rufio went in deep again. It looks like going into Rufio as one of your first opening moves is just crazy good. Rufio might be the answer for trees, guys. If you want to take out Sylph, like the Sylph trees, it might come down to protect your Rufio, load up on that fearsome skill, maybe throw the Gladiator set on with Tectonic Axe. the regular dragon set, and just let your Rufio go one-shot trees for days. Rufio is going to be a lumberjack. They need a Rufio skin with like a lumberjack with a giant sword axe because he's going to chop down trees. It might be harder than dragons because trees have a ton of physical damage reduction, but it is. Oh my god. These Rufio plays. Alright. Is this the one that we just watched? Nope, this is Tate. This is another fight against the Lich guy. So this Lich guy actually offered the biggest challenge for me at least, and probably for most of us. So let's see if Toby jumps in with the Rufio again towards the beginning. He does. He goes in deep. His Rufio lands. This time, Toby's Rufio wasn't able to fully do the chopping blade and everything. And if we compare this to the first time that these two fought, this one Toby took more losses. I mean, the enemy's dragon just ran right up and dies. I actually didn't see Toby's dragon, so Toby might have been dragonless for this as well, which could easily have contributed to him taking more losses. But those warlocks from Lich, unreal damage. Couple that with the Zen Stalkers. I mean, I don't care how you cut it, it's significant damage overall. Now, Mr. Toby's just swinging on up and taking out everything. And so we're 1, 2, 3, 4. Alright, so this is Toby versus another Lich. And it looks like... Alright, so everything's going well at the beginning. Rufio goes in deep. Rufio's Leo's Pride also goes off. And just massive damage. And his Rufio is tanking. His Rufio is actually tanking. I know I'm tunnel visioning on this Rufio stuff, but it's so fascinating to me to see his Rufio actually be able to do massive damage and then tank. Can his Rufio go up against a Fenris in dire wolf form? Rufio versus Fenris, the final countdown. Is this how Rufio goes out? You could see Rufio healing up there. And I don't think Chip or Toby has a lot of points into the life steal. But you could see Rufio's life slowly taking up, so that's some pretty cool stuff. Alright, so now we have Toby going up against a Sylph player. Toby won in everything except for magic. He barely won stamina, so he got 2% more HP. But he has might and command fully maxed out. And his spearmen literally eat up those huntresses like no tomorrow. So I think that's one of the fears for Sylph is huntresses. I don't think the huntresses is the answer for humans. Against humans, humans can have spears which counter huntresses, and then with the archer's buff where every 20 seconds they get one shot that does not miss, along with their opening shot, they chop down huntresses like no tomorrow. I could see a couple packs of huntresses just like what Chip does, backed up by a bunch of trees, but just running with huntresses, I mean this enemy player, they only have 3 packs of huntresses and 2 trees for frontline. That's not enough. Alright, and the last one, we have Toby going up against the Lich player again. Let's see how this one is different. So, I know Toby will switch things up. So his Rufio goes in. It looks like the Leo's Pride ticked off. he did a lot of damage. He took out a bunch of the warlocks, didn't completely wipe them. That's fine. Toby's top line, which is like his power side, ended up winning and is swinging around. The bottom is a little bit more of a struggle, but I don't think it matters at all because Toby's spears ended up taking out everything. Toby lost his archers. I miss what happened with those. I got so caught up in the aggressive plays from it, but really good all around. So guys, we have one more fight. We have one last fight. This fight is from Chan. This is what I mean when I say that she is so overpowered. She went up against this player. This player had everything set up, and as soon as the fight started, they were so afraid of Chan. This is what it looked like. The enemy player was so afraid that they deployed their siege. Why? Why? Because Chan is a queen and they wanted to try and take down her castle. Let's just see how this played out. Let's see if this is a new meta. Imagine if this was a real fight, how much honor would have been gained. Man, I would have loved that. Speaking of honor, if you guys are currently doing the community challenge for the honor event, I am now up to 105 million lifetime honor. So since Tuesday, so 5 days ago, I'm up 14 million honor. So if you guys are participating in that, please let me know in the comments section below how you're doing, your progress. We still have a couple more days. The competition is pretty much against yourself. I want to, I want us all to be awesome, including you at home. So let me know how you've been doing in this event in the comments section. Otherwise, I think that the thing that I really want to know in the comments section is, whose Rufio do you prefer? Do you prefer the giant burst with Toby jumping in with the deep impact, or do you prefer a Rufio that lands in the enemy and then does whirlwinds throughout to take out even more units that Chip's using? So let me know which one you prefer, a deep impact oriented Rufio, or if you prefer a Rufio with the whirlwinds and utilizing all those abilities, or if you like something else for your Rufio. Let me know how you like your Lumberjack Rufio. And with that, guys, that is Clash of Fate for Season 7, Match 3. So we only have one more that will be out next weekend. Until next time, guys, please like, share, subscribe, and I will see you guys soon.